Justin Marquez asks, IP Man 3 came out last weekend. Have any of you seen it? Thoughts on Mike Tyson being in this new installment?
Yeah, Ip Man, first of all, the first Ip Man is great. If you haven't seen the first Ip Man, you totally should. Donnie is amazing in it. I thought it was an interesting choice to put Mike Tyson in. And I haven't seen the film yet. I'm looking forward to watching it. But I remember when I saw the first trailer, I was like, I'm fairly sure that's Mike Tyson. I don't know what I feel about that. I have to see it. So I'll be honest with you. His presence in the movie feels a little gimmicky to me. They clearly didn't go out to get him because of his incredible thespian skills. So it has tarnished my anticipation of Ip Man 3 a little bit. So I haven't seen it yet, but I still will see it. What about you?
I'll tell you the reason why I actually like the idea of Tyson in it is because when I went to see that piss pile Fifth Wave, I was walking up and this big excitement happened. They're doing a screening for Ip Man, and Tyson was walking through. And that to me,
that would be cool.
That was to
I'd
me.
love
I was
to
like, all
meet
right, cool.
Tyson.
So because of that movie, I got to see Tyson. But I saw what he was doing in the fighting scenes in the trailers, and that looks cool. But no one is going to think he's going to be putting out an amazing performance in this movie. The guy can't act, and I don't think he's pretending that he can act. He's like, and I know someone who saw the movie, and they said he was terrible in the movie as far as acting wise. But when he's fighting, he has that thing that he's always had. He has the movement. He's got the ferocity. You want to watch him fight. That's why he was one of the most successful fighters of all time. You want to watch him fight, but don't talk.
I hate that Mike Tyson is in Ip Man 3. I like Mike Tyson as a character, I thought he was great in Hangover. When I saw him in that trailer, and I loved the first Ip Man. This is a guy who trained Bruce Lee. It's the story of his life, and he never fought Mike Tyson. And he's not. Mike Tyson has no business being in there.
Are you sure about that?
I'm 100,000%.
But he's not Tyson. He's not playing Mike Tyson.
I know, but he's got the tattoo. It's Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's no way you can do. Oh, he's a character. No, it's Mike Tyson, and he's fighting the guy from like the 70s. It's like, what's happening? So for myself, when I saw that trailer and having loved the first Ip Man, it's an incredible film. If you haven't seen Ip Man, see it immediately. But yeah, I don't care about Ip Man 3 right now until I see it. Like you said, you just said it. You said somebody saw it and they were like, yeah, it's like Mike Tyson. He ruins it. I'm like, great.
That's ludicrous.
All right, what's next?
Michael Gujar writes, what are some of your favorite documentary movies?
Well, we just mentioned King of Kong, Fistful of Quarters.
Young at Heart.
Oh, that's a really good
I've got one. I think it's called Field of Dreams. It's the Werner Herzog movie about making Fitzcarraldo, and it's just him fighting with Klaus Kinski the entire Burden of Dreams. I believe that's the title. Sorry, not Field of Dreams. That's Kevin Costner. It's Burden of Dreams. It's incredible. Look for it. It's amazing.
Is that the one? I think that's the one where Herzog is talking a little bit about shooting stuff in like enforced things. Sorry, you got to check this out. There's a scene where Werner Herzog, who is a god, like Werner Herzog talks about, the birds. He goes, people hear the songs of the birds in the forest. They hear beautiful music. But what they are screams and cries of agony from the daily torture of life.
That's right.
Like Herzog is amazing. Is that the one where he got shot too?
Yes, it's Burden of Dreams.
He got shot and Kit kept going with the interview even though he had just gotten shot.
It was Klaus Kinski
crazy.
like angry in his tent just shooting off a gun or something.
I can't find the name of it. It was I'm sure you've seen it. It's the wrestling one, and it like has Jake the Snake Roberts. It came out in like 2000.
Wrestling with Shadows?
No. Anybody? Beyond the Mat. That's it. Thank you, Dennis. Beyond the Mat is a phenomenal documentary about the world of wrestling, and it's heartbreaking.
Definitely. And also, speaking of Jodorowsky's Dune, if you want to find about the madman and his 10-hour strange psycho trip film that he would have made with Mick Jagger, check that out. It's an incredible documentary about a movie that never got made.
And by the way, speaking of movies that never got made, The Death of Superman Lives What Happened. You should check that out. TOWHL2Q1QB1.
What he's trying to say is TDOSLWH.com. And thanks for all the people who have seen it. I appreciate it.
Go check that out. All right, what's next?
Nuff Said asks, what do you think about Thor Ragnarok being more comedic? Yay or nay? I say the nay.
It depends, man, because Kenneth Branagh, now he's a master, but Kenneth Branagh found a way to make Thor, the first Thor film, fun, exciting, and funny in the right moments. If they can pull out that kind of a balance in Thor Ragnarok, I'm a for. What do you think?
I'm definitely for it because of who's directing, and I'm so bad with the name, but
Taiki Waititi.
Thank you, because he's doing. He had I interviewed him at Sundance. He's got a new movie coming out, and that dude is so quick, honestly. And then what we do in the shadows, which I never saw, but everyone raves about it.
It's worth saying. It's on. I believe it's on Netflix.
People
right now.
love that
it's got a
movie, and that's
sequel
another
coming
one.
out, too.
He's getting a lot of buzz as far as what he's been able to do so far. I think that if he's able to blend both his humor, we're not going to have a problem with.
Right.
If he's able to do it the right way, like John said, blending it with the action. But you're going to have a big thing to do here with Hulk. I mean, you got a lot to do with Hulk. I don't want it just a comedy show the whole time with him and Hulk. But if the comedy is there with the action, I think this dude can make it happen.
I say the yay.
Yeah.
I think I think it's going to be a good mixture. I think what they did is they had Thor Ragnarok, the script is an incredibly dark script. That's what I've heard. It's very dark. So they brought in a director who can add that lightness and that humor to counteract the script a little bit, and to bring in, it's not going to be like Bing Crosby and Bob Hope on a camel, it's like Thor and Hulk
that'd be
cracking
amazing.
jokes, but I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, I would see that
I'm not
movie.
going to hate on it. If they're able to make that work organically, I think they got the right guy to be able to add that sensibility and that fun levity to something that is going to be a dark movie. It's about bringing about the death of everything. It's Ragnarok. Look it up, kids. It's all about, Hela is going to be in there. They're trying to destroy everything. So I think you have to have a little bit of humor in there.
All right, last question of the day.
Tony Rogers asks, what was the last movie you thought was going to be garbage but ended up not being just good, but one of your favorites?
Oh, not just good, but one of your favorites. That's
I'll say Neighbors. That was a shock to me last year.
yeah, that didn't look
Because
all
I was
that
like,
good.
it's going to be okay. And then I really enjoyed it.
I brought up Dread. I thought Dread, I don't know if it was one of my favorites, but I would
I
say
was so worried about
I
Dread.
saw that the last day it was in theaters because I heard so much like, it's not supposed to be good. And I loved it. I
it
was like,
was awesome.
so
It's awesome.
amazing.
Dread was awesome.
And this doesn't really qualify to answer the question right, because didn't end up being one of my favorites, but I thought that last Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was going to be horrendously awful, and
It was.
Hey, I can't say I hate it either. But
Yeah,
if you
we
go
walked
in
out
with like zero
entertained.
expectation, that's the whole thing about lower your expectations to literally garbage.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, oh my God, these 3 scenes were really cool. So I think, it's how you go in seeing it.
I was dreading watching Bridesmaids when I saw the trailer originally.
So fun,
and I
yeah.
was like, yeah, no thanks. And I went up losing it over that movie, so that was fun.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.